Have you ever watched any of the fantastic movies depicting immigrants arriving at Ellis Island with the Statue of Liberty across the harbor, right? Symbolizing boundless opportunity and the American dream, right? But we all know movies are far from reality. Imagine you come to this country. You don't speak the language. You don't know where to turn for English classes, computer classes, where to register your children for school, even where to rent an apartment and search for a job. And the worst thing is that you don't even know where to turn and who to ask for help. This makes you feel like, we should have what we call a GPS for immigrants, right? Like an immigrant navigator helping them, navigate the system. But we know things that we take for granted can be a huge challenge for immigrants. When they first came, in their mind, they think that they're going to achieve the American dream, not knowing the insurmountable barriers that they have to face, leading to feeling of depression, sadness, anger, regret on a daily basis. Why am I talking about that? Because I myself, I am an immigrant. I was born in the seaside town of Port Salut, the best, the most beautiful town that you can have in Haiti, called Port Salut. And my parents, my heroes, they raised us all 9 children in what we call a village model, where we care for each other. We had each other's back. And one thing that characterized us was this sense of community, sense of belonging, sense of solidarity, sense of resiliency. We fight to fun and fun. But as you can imagine, as many others, at some point, my family had to leave to come here because of the political turmoil in Haiti. Even though when I came, I was an educated professional, knowing how to navigate all the system in Haiti. But guess what? I had so many challenges here. I find myself navigating the system, not knowing where to go. And so often people told me that whatever you learn in Haiti, whatever you did, you have to forget about it. You have to start from scratch. Just to give you an example, one day I was, doing a focus group in one of the area Boston hospital. And then as we were going through the introduction, a 40-sometime, old man stood up with his refined, speech that, tells us that he's a very educated professional. And to introduce himself, he said, "My name is a nobody. I'm here, part of the cleaning crew at this hospital. I've been working here for 2 years. After spending, listen to that, 15 years of my life working as a surgeon in Haiti." And he said, "Nobody cares to know why I'm here. And nobody even asked me what I used to do in my country. But here, for me to survive, I have to clean up the floor of this hospital. And to do so, I have to think about my children, give them a future. So I have to lose my identity. I have to lose my future so that I can give my children one." This is the sad reality that we face here in this country. Finding excellent, scientists working on the floor of a hospital, driving cab, or, you find great math teachers in a restaurant, or nurses working in CNAs. So the question that I have for you, just imagine, if a highly trained surgeon from Haiti arriving here has no other choice than to work as a janitor in hospital, how much harder do you think it's going to be for those who do not have his qualification or experience? And again, that's our day-to-day experience. And so many parents, they came to believe that the only thing that they can do to take care of their children, to give them a future, is to work in 2, 3 low-paid jobs, leaving them no time to get involved in their children's education. And at the end of the day, when they fall behind in school and they cannot go to a college, guess what? Feeling of frustration, anger, all of those things can tear families apart, and the cycle of poverty repeats itself. In fact, data from the US Census American Community Survey shows in 2022, 38% of immigrants from Haiti are in the service sector, compared to only 16 worldwide. It means that we have so many wonderful, talented individuals working in fields that have nothing to do with their professional background. So seeing my fellows immigrants struggle so much, I knew that I had to do something to break the cycle of poverty. As I told you, I came from a family of 9. Just imagine 9 children, right, in a household. We had to be problem solvers because every day we wake up, we had to face issues. We had to know how to navigate the house. And with that mentality, when I came, I started to talk to people, trying to understand where they were coming from, the challenges they were facing. And that's when I realized that we have what we call the brain waste phenomenon. It's a phenomenon where you have great minds working in underpaid, low-paid, unskilled jobs, wasting their talents, wasting their time. So after I spent years studying, the challenges, with immigrant integration, I realized that we have a system here that is very silos. We have so many departments, they don't communicate with each other. So what does that do? It leaves immigrants feeling lost, confused when they have to access all of the services. So that's the reason why in 2015, I created the Immigrant Family Services Institute. We call it by IFSI. Can we all say IFSI? IFSI. So we create this organization with the goal of addressing all of the challenges those immigrants are facing. So what we did, instead of the silo system, we bring all the sectors into one place. We call it the one-stop service center for immigrants. That way, they can come in one place and have access to all of the services without that feeling of being lost or confused. The challenge that we are facing now is that, the word is quickly spreading, that something wonderful is happening here, where immigrants are coming and they have access to services. Now, everywhere, they are asking us to come and help. Here's the power of what can happen when immigrants have access to the resources that they need. Meet Leslie. His family came here not knowing the system, not knowing where to go and to help Leslie succeed. We took him under our wings. We involved him in our academic enrichment programming. And before we know it, Leslie became a youth leader, spreading the word that we can do better, let's do better. And guess what? Today, Leslie is at Howard University, finishing his residency to become a medical doctor. Leslie is breaking the cycle of poverty. Here's Adam. Adam joined us when he was only probably 5 or 6 years old. When we look at Adam's family background, Adam could have been any of the statistics out there. Oh, wow, a young immigrant falling behind in school or dropping out of school. But again, we welcome Adam with open arms. We invested in his personal and academic background. Adam loves technology. Adam is passionate about community building. Now, Adam is at a wonderful independent high school, and he cannot wait to pursue his dream, to launch his own startup so that he can employ other young immigrants in his company. Yes, this is the power of all of us breaking that cycle. So today, we invite you to join us in this work. We need an army of volunteers, donors, advocates, leaders to expand this one-stop service center throughout the country to help immigrants be successful. And we know it is possible. I'm glad that you recognize that movie. So this is what we call trading places, right? So in this film, what happened is that the owner of this commodity brokerage firm hired a poor street hustler to become his manager. He took a bet on him to see whether or not he will change his ways and run the business successfully, right? But guess what? In our cases, you don't have to take a bet on us. You don't have to take a bet on our children and our youth. Just invest in them. Join us, not just with money, but with internship. Provide them opportunities where they can go to areas that they have never thought before. They are wonderful, dynamic people who cannot wait for an opportunity to do better. So, my question to you, how much are you willing to give an opportunity to our people who are here? One thing that I always say, when you answer yes to the call to serve, when you answer yes to do something, you know what happened? At the end of the day, when you go home, you are just like me. Everyone is always saying that I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy because I have this inner sense of satisfaction that I have done something positive for someone else. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Life is not about you. It cannot be just about you. It's about all the people that you have helped, mentored, connected with, opened up a door that they didn't even think that they could have access to. At the end of the day, it's about the impact that you have made. Would you please join us? Would you please embark in that journey to help our young people, to help our immigrants find their American dream? Yes, the dream is there, but for them to reach it, we need you. So please join us and let's make a difference, and we will be happy because we have done something that no one else has done. Removing yourself from your comfort zone and come and help someone find the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you so much.